Well, we are live once again. We've got the Houston Cougars men's basketball team, number 5 in the nation, taking on the number 2 Virginia Cavaliers. It's a great Final Four potential matchup. It's in Virginia. Houston was the number 1 team last week. They dropped to number 5 after losing to Alabama. Virginia is 8-0. Houston is 10-1. This is going to be such a great game. It's going to be outstanding. 2 great teams. Kelvin Sampson leading the Cougars here. Obviously, 746 win percentage. He's been absolutely amazing. Marcus Sasser is fully healthy. Houston's star player, averaging around 17 points per game. So we've got ourselves a really, really nice game today between Houston and Virginia in college basketball. And we are underway here in Virginia between Houston and the Cavaliers. Marcus Sasser, Tremont Mark in the lineup today. Jamal Shed, Sasser with the ball. Here's Jarris Walker, the 5-star freshman. His shot is short on the first possession of the game for Houston after they won the tip. For Virginia, you have Clark, Beekman, Franklin, Gardner, and Shedrick. For Houston, you have Sasser, Mark, Shed, Walker. It's going to be a really, really excellent game today. And as Virginia attacks, and they call a foul on Houston. And he makes the 3-pointer at the buzzer. Virginia out to a great start. Drains the first 3-pointer. Juwan Roberts, number 13, in the lineup for Houston today as well. Juwan Roberts in the post, trying to find his way. High floater goes up and over the rim and out of bounds. Two not so great possessions for Houston offensively. Virginia made a 3-pointer. They're up 3-0. First half just underway, 18 minutes to go. As they attack, and another foul on Houston. Virginia drawing fouls and making stuff happen offensively. Jamal Shed jumped up, and at the buzzer, he drained the 3-pointer to rile up that crowd. Clark with a shot that was from him. as Virginia makes both of those free throws, and they're up to an early 5-0 lead with just over 2 minutes to go. And Houston loses the ball there. They're saying the ball was tipped by Virginia. Tremont Mark pulls up. His jumper in the mid-range, no good. Houston with another slow start. And great defense there by Marcus Sasser. He comes back the other way in transition. Fast big three-pointer on its way, too strong, no good. Here comes Clark, and he turns it over again. Another great defensive stop here by Houston. Sasser again with control, back out to Shed. Sasser finds Jarris Walker. Here's Juwan Roberts in the paint. Juwan Roberts can't get Houston's first points on the board. Houston just struggling offensively out of the gate. Virginia with a 5-0 lead so far, already 2 fouls on Houston. Not a great start. Look at Juwan Roberts there. Just can't finish it. Houston with another slow start. This is a big game for Houston. If they can somehow find a way to win this game, they're going to get back up those power rankings. A wide open dunk. No defense there for Houston in the paint, and Virginia's up 7-0 early. Not looking good at all. Slow start on the road, not a good recipe. Sasser wide open. Jamal Shed from the wing. His three-pointer no good. Almost 4 minutes have gone so far, and Houston has not scored a point yet. Virginia attacking the rim, draws the foul, can't get the shot in, but 3 fouls on Houston, have a chance to make it 9-0 lead if you're the Cavaliers. Virginia drains that first free throw. Gardner. Virginia 8-0 so far. I don't think they've played any ranked opponents so far. Gardner makes both free throws, and it's a 9-0 lead for Virginia. Not a good start. Just not a good start if you're Houston. Sasser finds Shed in the corner. Juwan Roberts trying to set the screen. He can't. Out to Mark. Great defense by the Cavaliers. Here's Tremont Mark, the sophomore guard, finds Juwan Roberts, who puts it in. Houston gets on the board. Finally, 9-2. With over 4 minutes passing, Houston finally gets its first basket. Nice assist there from Tremont Mark, finding a wide open Juwan Roberts. Houston, they're a good defensive team. Just got to find a way to get those steals and rebounds, as that shot is no good. Houston's got to get some momentum here. They have a timeout on the floor. But Virginia Cavaliers 9-2. Not a good start if you're Houston. But we're still early here in Virginia, 9-2 on top of Houston. You know, Houston got out to a slow start, but I still expect it to be a good game. Still got a long way to go. So, you know, we'll see what happens, but Houston's got to find a way to win this game. Otherwise, they're going to drop, you know, even more in the rankings the way this game is going so far. Juwan Roberts with the only points so far for Houston. Clark, the guard for Virginia, has been outstanding. Started the game with a three-pointer. We'll see what happens, but I'm expecting Houston to make this close. I mean, they had Alabama. They were going to beat Alabama, had that big lead in the game, and just couldn't find a way to close it. They got to first get back into this game if you're Houston, and get some momentum going, because right now it's not looking good. Take a look at Houston. They won their last game against North Carolina A&T. Pretty easy game for them that day. But this is really the big test right now. As we saw where Houston was last week against Alabama, things to clean up, obviously. But, Virginia, they played number 11 Baylor back on November 18th. They did beat them 86-79. And then they beat number 18 Illinois 70-61. So you have 2 wins over ranked teams, and Houston is just number 5 and arguably the best team in the country. So we'll see what happens. It's going to be fun, though. Definitely stick around. And as for Houston, this is going to be their last ranked opponent that they played. If I'm correct, it's going to be a very long time. Obviously, Houston in the American Athletic Conference, they don't actually play a ranked opponent for the rest of the season. So you played Alabama, you lost that game by 6. So this game is just so big that you can't afford to get out to these kind of slow starts. So, we'll see if they can get out and get some points here. Of course, Hakeem Olajuwon, just recently honored with the Hakeem Olajuwon Trophy. Goes to the best defensive player in the NBA. Of course, Hakeem Olajuwon, the greatest defensive player of all time in NBA history. So well-deserved for him. Look at the best Division I winning percentage since 2017-18. Houston almost right at the top with an .832 win percentage. Gonzaga at .896 is the top. But if you're Houston, you got to regroup here. Try and get some easy buckets and play your defense and get back into this game. Houston with the ball. Jamal Shead up the court. Finds Sasser. Sasser, the All-American guard, trying to go to work here. Here's Tremont Mark, the sophomore guard. Shed spins, attacks, gets the runner to go in. Nice job there by Jamal Shed. Houston with back-to-back buckets. Now a 5-point game. Just over 5 minutes into the game, Virginia 9, Houston 4. Wide open in the corner, and that does not go in. Nice rebound there by the freshman Jarris Walker. Here's Shed on the attack, kicks it out. Here's a wide open Marcus Sasser from 3, in and out. That shot needed to go in if you're Houston. And we have a jump ball there in the paint between Franklin and Juwan Roberts. Actually, never mind. It's Virginia basketball. We have Javier Francis coming into the game for Houston. He's been absolutely amazing. The sophomore forward has been really impressive for Houston. McNeely in for Virginia, as both teams making some moves to the bench here. Houston with 4 fouls, that's an issue. Virginia has no fouls already. Take a look at Franklin. Wide open in the corner. That's an air ball from the Cavaliers. Here comes Houston back the other way. Here is Shed trying to navigate his way through the traffic. Sasser on the attack. Jarris Walker inside. Layup is good. Count it. And the foul. Javier Francis, excuse me. I don't know why I keep saying Jarris Walker. Their hair is literally the same. That's why I was confusing them. But that's Javier Francis. Nice job there. He's been exceptional in the paint for Houston. Completes the 3-point play, and it's a 2-point game now. It was 9-0, and now it's 9-7. So Houston, of course, finding its way back into the game. Like I said, this game's going to be very, very tight. Franklin's heading out onto the bench now for Virginia. Here's Clark. Clark with 5 points for the Cavaliers. And that three-pointer is good from Virginia. Right down the hatch it goes. And Virginia back up to a 5-point lead. Houston hanging in there, just trying to make their way back in. Isaac McNeely with a good shot there from downtown. Trying to get the ball inside, and it's a turnover by Houston. Either way, he was out of bounds. Actually, was last touched by Virginia. Nice job by Javier Francis on the inside for the Cougars. Look at Kelvin Sampson, obviously frustrated with Tremont Mark. You know how great of a coach he is, and just trying to tell Mark, gotta, figure out a way to get this done here. You have Sasser in the corner there, cutting his way inside, tries to draw the foul. He can't. The jumper is no good, and a rebound there by Virginia. 12-7 lead for the Cavaliers. 7 minutes have gone by so far in the game. Another wide open three-point shot, and it is good. Wide open three-pointers are finding their way through the net for the Cavaliers, and it's a 15-7 lead now. Houston's got to be able to play some defense too when you get those buckets. Got to make it happen both ways. Wide open Sasser here in the corner. Nice fake, resets, three-pointer on its way, too strong. And look at that rebound there by Juwan Roberts. Nice job there putting it back in. Good shot there by Roberts. 15-9 now. Another wide open shot, pump fake. Beekman for the Cavaliers. Good defense here by Houston. Shot clock is down to 1. Last minute shot, no good. Air ball. 24-second shot clock violation for the Cavaliers, and we have another timeout on the floor. 6-point lead for the Cavaliers. Got out to a hot start. Houston getting some buckets now. Houston's got to find a way to make it happen both ways. You're getting some shots offensively, making it go in finally, and then you give up wide open three-pointers on the other end. So a lot to work on here, but still a long way to go in this game, and I'm pretty sure Houston's going to find a way to make this game really, really close. So definitely stick around. Be sure to hit that like button if you haven't already, and subscribe. And be sure to follow me on Twitter and Instagram at NG Sports Talk as well. I appreciate it. Thank you guys for joining. Really, really great game today in college basketball. The best game, number 5, Houston, number 2, Virginia. I'm telling you, if Houston can just find a way to get this win, they're going to shoot back up those AP poll, and that's definitely what you want to see. Being this is I think their last ranked opponent matchup of the season for the Houston Cougars. So very, very big game to say the least. In a tough environment on the road, it's not at Fertitta Center. The game against Alabama was at Fertitta Center. You had a record crowd show up, which was awesome. You had a good lead. You played well in the first half. Just lots of personal foul issues. Fouls have already racked up a little bit in this afternoon's game as well. So you want to control that if you're the Cougars as well. But, you take a look at Houston here. 30% from the field, 50% for Virginia, already 3 out of 6 from downtown if you're the Cavaliers. No three-pointers made for Houston. They're not a good three-pointing to shooting team. Rebounding, Virginia has done really, really well so far. That's what Houston likes to do. So it's been really good. Leading score for Houston is still Juwan Roberts at 4. You have Clark for Virginia with 5. Houston goes to 3 guards and 2 forwards, and same thing for Virginia as well. Those 3-point shots have got to start to find a way to get down. I mean, Marcus Sasser's had 2 great looks, and both of them have not been able to go in. So that's an issue there. Houston, obviously not the best 3-point shooting team, like I mentioned, but they've got to find a way to make those shots when they're open. That's what Virginia's been able to do. Look at this Virginia defense. They've done really good against Houston. Even when there's some wide open shots, Houston's not making them. And that's the problem. So you see that Virginia defense, they allow 39%, but today they're only allowing 31%. So they're definitely stepping it up on defense. You know, this is a potential Final Four matchup. Who knows? The Final Four is in Houston this year. So really, really a big season here for the Houston Cougars. In Charlottesville, Virginia, Jarace Walker back in the game. Juwan Roberts, that shot rolls in. Good job. Juwan Roberts at 6 points now for Houston. 15-11, Virginia. And nice, almost getting the rebound there for Houston was Jarace Walker, but reset for Virginia. Nice effort there. And the jump shot, another air ball for Virginia. Nice rebound there by Juwan Roberts. Roberts been a great start in this lineup today for Houston. Jarace Walker, the 5-star freshman forward. Big opposition for the Cougars. Here is Shed, the 3-pointer from the wing, in and out. Another in and out 3-pointer for Houston. And you can't even find a way to get those offensive rebounds either. Virginia on the attack, no good. Last touched. Nice, good save there by Juwan Roberts. He's been great for Houston. My God. Sasser navigating traffic for Houston. And nearly a turnover by Houston, and last touch by Virginia. It stays Houston ball, but they got to be careful here. Franklin nearly came up with it for Virginia. Here comes Tremont Mark in for Jamal Shed. Here is Mark. Back to Sasser. Shot clock's down to 1, and it is a shot clock violation. Not good. That is not awareness. You're not being aware of the shot clock, and it's a violation. And it's been kind of a rough start, although it's only a 4-point game. So I would say Houston's kind of lucky to only down by 4. They made so many mistakes. McNeely. There's Franklin. Here's Vanderplas. Pulls his 3-pointer. And that is no good. Rebound there by Jarace Walker for Houston. Here is Sasser up the court. Back out. High pass there. Tremont Mark on the wing. Resetting on the drive. Kicks it back out. Sasser, wide open 3-pointer. That time it goes. Splash from downtown. The Cougars hit their first 3-pointer of the game, and it's a 1-point deficit now for the Cougars. Only. Houston just finding a way. They haven't played too great, but here they are, only down by 1. 11 minutes have gone by so far in this first half. Virginia 15, Houston 14. This is what I was saying, those wide open 3-pointers. They have to go in. Nice kick out to your best shooter, the All-American senior guard, Marcus Sasser, who drains that one. Still 5 fouls for Houston. That's been a problem. McNeely with the inbound. Clark with the ball for the Cavaliers. Juwan Roberts on defense here on the ball. Wide open, McNeely on the wing for 3. No good. Rebound there by Tremont Mark. And here come the Cougars again with the opportunity to take the lead here. With 8:30 left in the first half. Just Walker inside, wide open, Juwan Roberts with the dunk, and the Cougars have taken the lead, 16-15. Amazing job by Houston, down 9-0 early, just finding a way, get these buckets in, playing good defense, hitting wide open guys, and here they are with the lead. 8 minutes to go here in the first half. Nice job by the Cougars. Here's Franklin being guarded by Roberts. Back out to Clark. Clark with the nice crossover. Franklin out in the corner with the drive, with the finish, no good. And the offensive rebound is good for the Cavaliers. They put it back in and they take the lead again. Now we've got a good game on our hands. This is going to be fun. Houston with 12 points in the paint compared to only 4 for Virginia. They've been shooting it really well. Here's Jerice Walker. His three-pointer on its way. No good. Just rimmed out. Houston 1 for 6 from 3. Virginia 3 for 8. Jerice Walker coming over. Wide open Clark. Top of the key 3. No good, and it goes out of bounds. Houston ball. Hey, man. Thanks for joining, man. Appreciate you. Good afternoon. Got a great game, man. Houston's right back in it. So it's going to be really fun today. Houston's got to find a way to get this win, and they haven't played too great, but, you know, they're right in there right now. Appreciate you joining, man. Thank you. Commercial break. Virginia 17, Houston 16. They're still in it. Houston made a three-pointer, and that was huge. Also on the NCAA men's basketball scoreboard, you have number 4 Alabama, obviously, which Houston lost to. They're losing to Gonzaga, number 15 Gonzaga, 66-59. So if Alabama does lose that, you know, they're going to obviously drop. So just another game to keep your eye out on. A lot of good games in men's basketball here today. Houston with 2 steals early on in the game. 5 personal fouls is going to be a problem. So they got to control that. But, you know, Virginia had a 9-point lead early on, and Houston is just finding a way to get back into it. So you really like to see that. Hope you guys are enjoying. Be sure to hit that like button and subscribe. But this really is the big game. Also have some NFL action today between the Colts and Vikings. The Colts are dominating the Vikings in that one. So, you know, all focus is really on this game right now. It's just such a huge game. You circled this one on the calendar. And if you can't beat Virginia, then, you know, you're not going to have any ranked wins this season. So it's a huge game. Take a look at Gonzaga. Still only up by 3 now over Alabama, but that's a good game to keep your eye on. Purdue, number 1 team in the nation right now. Virginia, UConn at 3, Alabama at 4, and Houston at 5. So top 5 is, right up there. UConn with 11 wins, no losses. That's obviously big for them. Great environment in Charlottesville, Virginia. Houston with the ball here to start. With 7 minutes to go in the first half. Houston down by 1. Sasser, top of the key three-pointer, drains it! Marcus Sasser from downtown. Houston takes a 2-point lead, 19-17. That's the bullseye you want to see from Marcus Sasser. Such a great shooter. And he absolutely nailed that one. Houston with the 2-point lead now. Inside, and that's an easy finish there if you're Virginia. 19-all. Here is Shed to the rack, and that is blocked, looking for a goaltend, and it is a goaltend. Yeah, that was definitely a goaltending. Houston 21-19. Caden Shedrick, didn't guard him in the paint on the last position for Houston. They got to figure out a way to get that done. Virginia going to the bench here. You have Reggie Chaney in the game for the Cougars. Here is Sasser. Finds Chaney on the inside. Back out. And here's Mark. Fadeaway jumper. No good. Virginia's done a really great job in rebounding. Houston loves to get those offensive rebounds, but Virginia's really been right there in terms of making it their possession. So and that is a foul. Count it. No, they don't count it. It's just a foul, but they don't count the shot. Take a look at Clark here on the drive against Sasser and Walker. Clearly a foul on there by Walker, but they don't count the shot. It's actually another turnover. Excuse me. It's kind of hard to tell on the TV, but that's 6 turnovers for Virginia. And Chaney was wide open there. The pass was a little bit outside from Sasser. Here's Tremont Mark. On the attack for Houston to the rack. Puts it in. Houston with the largest lead of the game for them, 4 points for the Cougars with 5 minutes to go here in the first half. 23-19 Cougars. 16 points in the paint for them. That's been huge, obviously. Big reason why. And then you factor in a couple of 3-point makes from Sasser. And another turnover. That's the 7th one. Here's Houston in the fast break. Sasser, wide open 3-pointer. Hits it again. Marcus Sasser drains it. 26-19 Houston. 7-point lead for the Cougars. Timeout Virginia. Now you get those turnovers. Go in transition. Sasser. You shed to Sasser in the corner. Sasser lines it up. Bingo. That's what you love to see. Houston with the 26-19 lead all of a sudden. Great stuff from the Houston Cougars over the last few minutes. Exceptional for them. 26-19 Cougars over the Cavs. Virginia trying to reset. Reggie Chaney, Marcus Sasser, Jamal Shed, Jarris Walker, and Tremont Mark for Houston. Here is Clark on the attack. And that three-pointer is no good by the Cavaliers. Here comes Houston back the other way, trying to extend this lead even more. Here's Jarris Walker, five-star freshman. Forward, of course. Here is Sasser, All-American guard. Sasser trying to find his way through the defense. Shot clock's under 10. Here is Tremont Mark. Shot clock is down to 3. And he travels. Tremont Mark with the travel turnover. Take a look at Sasser. 9 points now for him. 3 out of 6 from downtown. That's huge. He started, of course, 0 for 3. And he's made his last few shots, and that's been really great. Juwan Roberts with 8 points for Houston. So that's obviously been huge. Javier Francis, the only guy off the bench for the Cougars. And then you have Clark with 5 points for the Cavaliers, Gardner and Shedrick with 4 each. Houston's now shooting 33% from 3, better than the Cavaliers did. So that's kind of changed as the game went on. Houston shooting better from the field as well. Big reason why they're up by 7 right now. 3:50 to go in the first half. Houston 26, Virginia 19. It's been a really, really fun game so far. Houston was down by 9, just, finding their way in this game. And, here they're up by 7, just, doing what they do best. And in transition, finding wide open Sasser for 3. Sasser's been making a couple shots. And you start attacking the paint really well. You play defense. And, they've been making really good plays recently. Hope you guys have been enjoying. If you are, be sure to hit that like and subscribe. And be sure to follow me on Twitter and Instagram at MG Sports Talk. We have a lot of top 10 ranked matchups today. Kansas dominating Illinois. That was huge. You have Tennessee at Arizona. You have a lot of big games today. So a lot of movement's going to be happening in the AP poll on Monday. That's for sure. So Houston started 0 for 6 from the field. Since then, 11 for 17. Virginia started hot, and they've cooled down 2 for 10. Sasser is 3 for 3 in field goals since he started 0 for 4. So just a change of the tide here. Wide open Clark from 3. He dribbles and attacks and kicks it back out in the corner for 3. No good. And nice rebound there by Tremont Mark. 19-4 run for the Cougars in the last 9 minutes. Absolutely dominant. Houston trying to extend the lead with 3 minutes to go before the half. Here's Tremont Mark, top of the key. And nearly losing it back out to Shed. Shed guarded by Clark. Now doubled. Shed 3-pointer on its way. Too strong. Nice rebound there, Jairus Walker. Second chance point. Let's see what can happen here for the Cougars. Jamal Shed on the attack. And that is a foul on Houston on Shed. Virginia basketball. Under 3 minutes to go in the first half. Clark, guarded by Chaney and Walker. Nice defense here from the Cougars, and it is last touched by the Cougars. It's Cavaliers basketball. I mean, Jairus Walker, nice job defensively. Clark can be inbounding here. 13 on the shot clock left for the Cavs. Let's take a look. Yeah, I think it was last touched by the Cougars. Juwan Roberts back in the game for Reggie Chaney. Franklin's 3-pointer rattles in. 3-pointer finally goes down the hatch for Virginia, and the lead's down to 4 for Houston. 2.5 to go in the first half. Houston 26, Virginia 22. Here is Shed. Finds wide open Juwan Roberts, quickly doubled. High pass to Jairus Walker on the wing. He now with the spin move with the attack. The floater! Got it to go! Jairus Walker. Nice shot there. First points of the game for Jairus Walker. Here's Franklin. Nice job there on defense by Mark. Back out to Clark. His corner 3. No good. Offensive rebound Cavaliers, and they get the second chance points to go down. 28-24. Houston just trying to close out this half strong. But that crowd is getting hyped up in Charlottesville. Jairus Walker again. Fadeaway jumper drains it. Jairus Walker, nothing but net. Back-to-back points for Walker. He has 4 now. 30-24, Cougars. Jairus Walker seems to be heating up a bit now. Good sign for Houston. Here's Clark. And there's the drive. There's the attack. Another bucket for the Cavaliers. That's Franklin. Nice job there. Under a minute to go for the Houston Cougars. Up by 4. Sasser being harassed. Sasser tries a 3-pointer. Too strong. Rebound Cavaliers. About 1.5 second difference between shot clock and game clock. Last possession of the first half. Houston up by 4, 30-26. Virginia trying to cut that in half. Virginia still hanging around the 3-point line. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. And that is a shot clock violation on the Cavaliers. They couldn't get anything off. And with 0.6 seconds left in the first half, that'll do it. Actually, 1.4, they changed it. Houston might have a chance to heave this up. 7 turnovers for the Cavaliers, not good. As Kellen Sampson going to call a timeout here. Important last possession, trying to draw something up, probably for Sasser at the buzzer. Let's see what happens. 1.4 left. But Virginia has 7 turnovers. Big reason why, Houston's in the position that they are right now. Not good. Not good. Still 4-point lead for Houston. Last possession of the first half for the Cougars. Can they get something done? I'm sure Cohen Sampson's trying to draw something up for Sasser here. Obviously, our best shot maker. Houston with the 4-point lead, trying to make it more to close out the first half against number 2 Virginia in this top 5 matchup. Obviously, in college basketball, it's a full court. You don't get the timeout, doesn't let you inbound from half court, so they changed the clock again to 0.6. So just going to be a throw in, just catch and shoot really quick. Yeah, and not sure exactly what happened there, but not very productive. Don't know what exactly was being drawn up there, but either way, that'll be the end of the first half between number 5 Houston Cougars and the number 2 Virginia Cavaliers. Houston 30, Virginia 26 as we wrap up the first half in this top 5 ranked matchup. And it was a great start by the Virginia Cavaliers, of course. Got out to that early 9-point lead. And then since then, it's been all Houston. Houston's really been dominant, a huge run in the last 9 minutes or so. And here they are with a 30-26 lead at the half. So Houston just got to keep doing what they've continued to do. Cannot take your pedal off the gas. Continue to force those turnovers, get those wide open 3 shots, attack the paint, and, get those offensive rebounds when we can, and they should be fine as long as they play their game. So I'm going to go ahead and going ahead and end this live stream. Did the first half. It's been a good first half. Definitely looking forward to the second half. I'll be taking a break here and I'll come back for the second half. So definitely stay tuned. I'll be, starting a new live stream. So thank you guys so much for watching so far. If you guys enjoyed, hit the like, subscribe, and follow me on Twitter and Instagram. And I'll catch you for the second half.